Hi there. So I went out today for a walk and then I decided to film myself. And you know what? I've been trying to do this for the longest time, but I really can't find the courage to film myself. And you know what? After watching several videos teaching me how to start my filming career, there's one lesson that stuck. Um, and that's no one cares. So I know that I don't know you and you most certainly don't know who I am. So how about we start this process, this journey of getting to know each other in this tiny space I call our Mooniverse. I'm Christopher Moon and I want to hang out with you. Okay, so today, before I went out for my walk, I decided to go through my journal and see some of my notes there. And then, as I was preparing, I decided to jot down some notes in a piece of paper that I can bring out to my walk so that I have something to talk with you about. So, piece of paper. Okay, so it's literally a scratch. There are some notes at the back, random notes. Anyway, so I'm gonna read some parts of this as context to the video that I want to make today, and then we'll just have a short discussion. So, do you ever just look in the mirror and see yourself, but in that same manner, not see yourself? You begin to do things not because you want to or intend to, but because you have to. Then, you become a part of this very vicious cycle of, doing things mechanically and then lose touch of reality and doing the things that you want. So that thing that life does, you know, it numbs us. Life has a way of numbing a person. This world pushes us to live for survival. And, a world that does that, a world that does not nurture, is a world that robs us of satisfaction, pride, happiness, even dignity. So, despite all of this, how do you still cling on to loving your life? Okay, so I'm walking right now and oh, dog. Hi, dog. Anyway, my tripod is so wobbly, so I'm gonna get it fixed soon. Anyway, I'm a corporate worker. I've been working in the corporate system for 2 years now, and the corporate system sucks. Like, I think everyone knows that. You know what? I don't think anyone's genuinely happy in the corporate system, but you do what you do. My last job was actually pretty hardcore. It used to make me work for around 17 hours each day. And from one day with that much overtime to another day doing that, and then 2 days become 3 days become a week becomes a month, and lo and behold, already burnt out. It's both a challenge and at the same time a sad situation, because in one end you're trying to do your best to be able to still keep up with the system and be able to deliver and be the best version of yourself, but at the same time it's sad because it's kind of your reality at that point, like not being able to go past that level of stress and not being able to get enough rest really, really, really numbs a person, and at the same time wears them down. And you can't just tell you can't just tell your bosses that you're tired, because the expectation is for you to deliver. So it's a very, very tricky situation. And One of the good things that came out of that job actually was at the very end of it when I got out, because yeah, it was sad. You don't have a job, you don't have means to support yourself, but at the same time, this period of not having a job, and more particularly not being in that job, gave me the most growth in how many years. I've been unemployed for maybe 6 weeks now, 7 weeks, I'm not sure. But within that short span of time, I was able to figure a lot of things about myself and what I want to do and how I would align these things together. Because I've always been a dreamer, I've always been a planner, I've always wanted to do a lot of things in life. Also, I'm going inside the oval, going inside the field. Always wanted to do a lot of things in life, but in one way or another, these things don't really connect. And that's kind of messy because it's hard to deal and work with things that aren't necessarily connected with each other. So the tendency is you just either choose one or the other and tend to forget that you have other plans or other dreams or other aspirations in life. So what I did when I left the job was to think about the things that I want to do in life, like all of the things that I want to do in life, and then reduce it to the things that I can do and to the things that resonate most with who I am right now, my capabilities, and what I intend to do with my life. It got me thinking. In this brief amount of time that I've spent thinking about these things, I've learned how to reconnect with myself so much. Like, I was able to fully build a person out of these shattered pieces that I worked with in different segments of my life and piece them together in one jagged puzzle that makes a certain image of myself that I could see clearly and that I recognize so much. Because it's not as if I built something that's new. I built something that's familiar with all the pieces that resonated with each other. And those are just, some of the blessings that I've been able to receive in this brief time period. So yeah, most times when people encounter difficulties, what they immediately think of are the consequences of those things or the negative aspects of those things. But you know what? This world built us for survival. Even though it's unfair, survival is unfair. It biases those who are fit enough. Anytime a bad thing or a bad situation happens to us, we're able to thrive through adversity. We're able to adjust through these things. And we're able to survive. And we're more than capable of doing that. We're more than capable of turning the negative things into positive things. And with a lot of people with positive coping mechanisms, even though they're not necessarily aware of it, they tend to always just remember the good things and not the bad things. Because the bad things don't necessarily matter at the end of the day. Because what matters is what you do with it. And that kind of sounds cliche. And, as cliches go, cliches are cliches because they're true. There's a certain truth to it. So, yeah. I guess that's how you maneuver things in life and repurpose yourself. And that's maybe the way how you find resolve in things that happen with you in life. At this point of this video, my question is, how and when will you start living and loving the life